My name's Tyler Youngs, and I'm going to be explaining some of the work that our group did for Brian Harper's Open Crowd project. The semester began in August. It was a year-long project, and it ended in May of 2014, so it went from 2013 August to May 2014. It's a senior seminar capstone project. We had a software designer, we had 2 developers, and we had a project manager on our team. And our task was to design, develop, and implement a software that would allow Brian Harper to create a good scan of someone using the Microsoft Kinect sensor for Windows. Currently, or previously, his method of capturing an image consisted of taking pictures, hundreds of pictures, and using those to make a 3D image. The method was really cumbersome and took a lot of time. So we wanted to kind of make a software that hard-coded some of the values and made it more simple and easy for Professor Harper to capture his scans with a high quality. If you haven't heard about the Open Crowd project, it's basically a project that is going to take a bunch of 3D scans of people's torsos and put them sort of on a table or in an art gallery as a demonstration to show that people from around the world can unite or can be present through technology and through the new 3D printing technology that's been released within the last decade. So we have a few 3D printers on campus that Professor Harper uses to print out the busts of various people. So what I'd like to talk about first is our project within the .NET and Visual Studio framework here. We're using the .NET framework 4.5, and this Visual Studio version is 2012, I believe. The code we're looking at is C# code. These are all the different libraries and DLLs that we're using to make our project. Microsoft provided us with the toolkit, and from that we were able to kind of circumvent having to write our own software to interface with the Kinect. So we didn't have to write any device drivers. That was provided for us. We have our main window function. Excuse me. And this is going to be just our basic, outline of the program right here. This reset click, I'd rather not go through every line of the code just in the interest of time, but we'll take the reset click button for instance. This links up with our XAML code over here. And you can see here's the button, and it links up with our XAML code to actually execute the reset click. All the buttons that we have do that. Here it is right here. This one over here is the grayed out version. So we have 2 different buttons here essentially. One you can't see because it's collapsed, and then one is visible. So the one that's collapsed becomes visible once the record button is hit when the program started. So I'll just run the program and show you briefly how this works. So we hit the record button and a splash screen comes up, a countdown timer. All these images were made, and that's a 3D scan of me. You can see me over here on the side, my mouth moving. So this is the image that we rely most heavily on. So the way the Kinect works is it has 3 different cameras. It has an infrared camera, it has the infrared capture camera, or it's an infrared projector and an infrared capture camera, and then it also has the red, green, blue standard image camera. All 3 of these images are based off the infrared scanner. This one is a depth proximity. Tells you how far something is based on the color. This one right here is just your gradient, black and white. And then this one's similar to this one, and then it tells you how far away the image is based on the color. Anyway, our reset button, as you can tell, it was grayed before, but now it's become visible. So we click it, and it executes the reset of the countdown. These sliders right here cut out the background of the image. So when we lower that slider down, you saw that chair go away. We have the background gets erased. Raise it back up. Now this one over here sets the minimum distance, so I can cut myself out like that, and we'll just focus on the background and see what does that. I've actually never done that before, but looks like it kind of throws it off. But the idea behind this isn't to capture the background anyway, it's to cut it out. So we can turn the countdown timer off with this handy radial button. We can also save our file as OBJ or STL, depending on which one Professor Harper prefers to use. So we're going to stop it, and when we stop it, the autosave window automatically comes up, and you can save it here. If you've selected STL down here, you can't save as an OBJ. You have to select the OBJ or the STL. So you save your file. We're just going to hit cancel for right now, and the screen goes blank, and it allows you to prepare and gives you time for your next scan. So that's basically the rundown of our software, the way it looks. Now back to what it does. The reset button here has the reset click on the click event, and this goes and talks to the C# code with this method and says, I've been clicked, what should I do? That was just a test that I had written in there a while ago as a check to make sure the reset button was being clicked. Anyway, executes this, moves on. We also have the space key set up to do some of the things that our person doesn't want to do. If they don't want to click, they can just hit the space key. So space is going to automatically hit the stop button, which again is collapsed because the record button's taken its place. But we have a stop method here, which just stops the program from recording. At the end of this, it goes and saves it. This is all stuff to make it save. This is our start recording method, which executes whenever. Let me show you where that starts at. It starts on the record click, which is, let's see. I can't find it right now, but the record click function calls that. So there it is. So we'll copy that. And there it is. So record click, button gets clicked, the XAML code goes to C#, says execute code, recording method gets called, and all this gets executed. This is the splash to make the screen do that splash at the beginning of the recording. It's the countdown splash. And the rest of this basically just handles the images that we put up, which would be here when the program's running. Right now you can't really see it, but it handles the images, it handles the camera, it handles the when to turn it on, when to turn it off. This is the save for the ASCII. Just a bunch of different methods here that work with the camera. What I'd like to do next is demonstrate how this software can be used. So I'm going to pause the program, or pause the recording, and I'll get myself set up and have one of my teammates help me to scan myself in. Alright, so that was the our software right there. Excuse me. I'd like to show you now what we can do with that. So once we have someone scanned in, our software is pretty much finished, but I'd like to just demonstrate what we got out of that scan. And I'm not sure exactly how good that scan was, but we can at least check it out. So there we go, not bad. This is Mesh Lab, by the way. So I've got the scan. Now all it's left to do is cut out some pieces and print it. So thanks a lot for watching the video, and have a good day.